The House of Drear, Chapter 19, Part 1. In the cavern of Drear, Mr. Pluto sat behind his elaborate desk, with a most satisfied grin upon his face. Mr. Small and Thomas were tired out. They had changed from their slave costumes into their regular clothes. They finished removing the makeup and had piled their chains, wigs, and such into a heap. Pesty came in with the gossamer wings, which she had placed on the very top of the heap. "I put the bay back in his stall," she said to Mayhew. "I cleaned the paint off him, too." "You are a good baby," said Mayhew. "Now you ought to go to bed." "Come here, Miss B," Pluto said to her. "Come sit on my lap. You know you handled that horse and those wings just about perfect." He folded the smiling child within his throw, so that only her head, with eyes black and bright, peeked out. "That was about the best show I've ever seen," Pluto said, "and you all wanted to put me in a hospital." "My mistake, Father," said Mayhew. He hadn't felt so friendly toward his father in a long time. "How in the name of heaven did you think of fixing that throw the way you did?" "When you came out of that cave," said Mr. Small, "you looked like a huge, frightful bat." "And what you said," Thomas said to old Pluto. He was still weak and trembling, and he wouldn't look at any of them. "You scared me, Mr. Pluto." Mr. Pluto laughed softly. "It was a thrill for me," he said. "I had the best old time." Glancing at Thomas, Mayhew felt sorry for him. Father did look pretty awful, what with that throw fixed the way it was, but being the way he is, I knew he would say something to terrify those Darrows. If I'm an actor at all, it's because he was one before me. "I didn't do so well, did I?" Thomas said. "I guess I'm not too good as an actor." He couldn't find the words to apologize for his fear. "You did just fine, son," said Mr. Small. "Having to lie there for so many hours, you did real well." Thomas couldn't stand being treated so politely by them. He was growing angry at himself for being such a coward, and angry at them for being so nice about it. "I think I'll go home," he said, "see if Mama is sleeping." "I'll walk over with you," Mayhew said. "Pesty, you ready to go over to Thomas's house and sleep?" "She's already asleep," said Mr. Small. "Look." It was true. Pesty had snuggled down against Mr. Pluto and was now fast asleep. "Let her alone, Mayhew," Pluto said. "Mr. Small can take her when he goes along. You will stay a while, won't you, Mr. Small?" Mr. Small and old Pluto silently surveyed one another. Mr. Small nodded that he would stay. "Why do you have to stay?" Thomas asked his father. "Why won't you come on home now?" "Never you mind," said Mayhew. "Let's get going. See if we can find any more Darrows in the trees." "There won't be any more Darrows," Thomas told him, "and I don't need you to walk me home." "I'm not walking you home," said Mayhew. "I'm just going to walk with you, that's all." "You don't want to be friends with me?" Without Thomas being aware of it,